Hey, Melinda, what's up?
Hi. Hi, Dr. John. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course. What's going on, dude?
Well, I am wondering, I have a bit of a messy past, recent past, and I'm wondering how I can reframe it to kind of move on and have more confidence going into interviews and dating and things like that.
Tell me about it.
Well, I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
Sometimes people say I have a messy past, and it's like
Yeah.
they tripped in Arby's. And then sometimes it's like I have a messy past, and they just like committed 6 felonies and they got off on a technicality, right? So walk me through what happened in your world.
Yeah, so I had some experiences with plant medicine ceremonies in Ecuador. I was like traveling a lot after college and got back and
Ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca, San Pedro mostly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you went through the whole shebang?
I did like 7 San Pedro ceremonies
Dang,
and 1
Gina.
ayahuasca. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, it was a lot.
Hey, 7.
Yep.
Okay.
It was really interesting, and I got back and
Interesting is the understatement of the century.
Yeah.
But I will say
it
this
was a lot.
on behalf of Planet Earth and reality, we welcome you back, Melinda. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So when I got back, I was kind of in an unstable, like I was staying with a family friend and all of that, but I was like in a kind of an unstable like situation financially and like housing wise and relationship wise. And so I like just casually started smoking weed again. And before the plant medicines, that was totally fine. But after the plant medicines, it ended up triggering severe manic episodes that I had never had before. And that led me to mental health units and then just kind of a state of depression. But I wasn't diagnosed ever with depression. It was, I was diagnosed manic bipolar, although I've never had a manic episode while sober. So then it became kind of this journey of staying sober, although struggling immensely with just like finding my way in the world. And so I just started, it was a period of 5 years that just ended recently of just being sober, going back to marijuana, having manic episodes, ending up in jail, or mental health units, severing relationships, straining relationships, just a bunch of that. And finally, I'm like, okay, I actually am in a place now where I'm enjoying my life, which was half or 90% of the battle was just because I didn't see hope in my future. But now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like, oh my God, I don't even know why I went to marijuana. I mean, I get it, but like, I don't want to anymore. I just don't want to go through all of that anymore. And, but I don't know how to, like if I'm going into a job interview, how do I be honest with that while still protecting myself and my story, I just don't know how to move forward.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to tell you that you survived and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Like you're real, real tough. Fair?
Sometimes I wonder.
No, you are.
Yeah.
And I know you are because you're alive. Some people experience demons on the outside. You've gone to war inside your own mind, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you've experienced demons inside your own mind that most people see in cartoons, and it is horrific, right?
Yeah.
And you're still here. I'm glad you're here, Melinda, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
And you've peered over the edge more than once, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad you're still
A
here.
lot. Thank you.
Okay. You said several things that I just want to put a GPS pin in, then we'll get to the very end of your conversation, okay?
Okay.
If you have never had a manic episode sober,
Yep.
I want you to go sit down with a psychiatrist or a psychologist and tell them that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm stunned that you didn't get diagnosed with some sort of marijuana-induced psychosis of some sort. But sometimes there's just certain places that just slap bipolar on everything and move you through the unit. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's 6 one way, half dozen another. That's just, I think there's something important about that because I can hear in your story you have drawn a clear line for yourself, and I think this is important. I've worked with enough bipolar 1, I've just sat with enough bipolar 1 folks over the years that it's hard to make your way through the world because you don't trust your own mind.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't talk about that very often, but they know if they take their meds, they're going to be okay, but there's something underneath it, which is like, I don't trust my own mind to tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unmooring. You, though, in part of staying alive, have figured out, my brain tells me the truth when I'm clean.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? And for whatever reason, and maybe I'm out to lunch, there's something important that I would want to get written down on a piece of paper so that I can memorialize that for myself. You don't need that. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool if someone said, hey, you don't have bipolar 1. You can never do drugs again.
Mm-hmm.
You control-alt-deleted something in your brain chemistry when you were playing down at San Pedro. Not once, but 7 times, Linda. But here we are. Here we are. And your way of seeing and experience hope every day is a minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day choice to stay sober, period.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the second thing. There is a difference, and it's a powerful difference between enjoying your life and hoping for a better tomorrow.
Mm.
Because there will be seasons when you do not enjoy your life. Working, I don't enjoy this job all the time. And I have the most insanely glitch in the matrix job in the world. And there's parts of it I don't enjoy. Okay? I love providing an amazing home for my wife and for my kids. And this morning, my daughter and I were playing chase in the front yard, and I saw one of my sprinklers. I was like, why is the ground all wet? I've had a $500 water bill the last 2 months. And I started digging and digging and digging. There's a leak underground. I don't enjoy that. But I hope for a better tomorrow. Okay? And I don't want you to hang all of your future happiness, joy, hope, light on, quote unquote, how you feel. Okay? Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, I hear you.
Hope is something that you will scratch and claw for. I will too. All of us will. Here's the next thing. I don't give a crap what your boss thinks. They don't get a vote in your story. And we live in a culture that doesn't require us, it encourages us to lead with the worst parts about ourselves first. And that's insane. They don't need to know you've been on a bunch of journeys. They don't need to know you've been in and out of rehab hospitals unless you're trying to go be a surgeon, and then you got to fill out, or an attorney, you got to fill out a bunch of paperwork about that. What kind of work are you looking for?
I want to be hopefully a teacher in schools, a French teacher.
Okay. Do you know French?
Yeah, I studied it in college, and yeah, I was in Belgium for a year, so there was a time when I was fluent. I definitely need to brush up on it, but yeah.
So what if you started while you're getting your teaching certificate, because you're going to have to go back to school and get that.
Yeah.
You started substitute teaching.
Yeah, I am actually.
How's that going?
Yeah. I'm just starting this fall. I've done it in the past, and they're paying more now, so I'm going back to it.
Outstanding. Here's what you need.
Yeah.
You need confidence in Melinda. More than anything else. And so I want you to practice getting a substitute job every single day, week after week after week.
Mhm.
Okay? Because I want you to prove to yourself in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm not in the hospital because I stayed sober. I'm working with these kids, and working with young people is one of the most rewarding, amazing things in the world, and it will make you want to pull out all of your eyelashes and set them on fire,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
I want you to prove to yourself, this is what I want to spend money on. This is what I want to dedicate my life to. Loving young people
Mhm.
and teaching them wee.
Mhm.
Is that fair?
Mhm.
Because I want you to become confident in you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have any felonies on your record?
No, thank God I don't. It got knocked down, because of insanity. So, yeah.
I'm not laughing. I'm just trying to think of your conversation with the HR director. Here's the best you
Yeah.
can do.
Mhm.
I had a hard past. I made some mistakes.
Mhm. Mhm.
And here's, if you're substitute teaching and you pass your background check,
I did. Yeah.
okay, then
Mhm.
your record of I continue to show up, I continue to love kids, I continue to show up, I continue to do a great job teaching will speak more to 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah, dude, I was a mess.
Mhm.
You got it?
Yeah. 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 I guess I felt like I just had a temporary job recently. That when it was amazing. It was a great experience. I loved the people, but I hid it. Like, I did not tell them anything about my past.
You shouldn't.
And but I felt like I was hiding the whole time. Like,
Why?
they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out.
That's just pure you not loving who you are in this moment.
Mhm.
And here's the deal, Melinda, you're not tricking anybody. They hired you because they believed in you. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did.
Did you do excellent work?
Yeah, I did.
Outstanding. Ta-da. You're worth being there.
Mhm.
You're worth being there. Okay?
Gotcha. Yeah. Thank you.
And I want you to keep this in your bag, a small little journal, and every time one of those bullcrap stories pops up, if they find out that, write it down, get it out of your head and out of your body,
Mhm.
and write it down and ask yourself, is that true? If they find out that I got all into plant medicine 7 years ago or 5 years ago, are they going to fire me? No, they're going to want me to tell a bunch of wild stories.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they find out I went to jail because I had some pretty significant mental health disorders and I kept trying to make it better and I was trying to self-medicate, are they going to suddenly? No.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's true. Maybe they will. And you can go, okay. I wish you all the best. I'm moving on to the next thing.
Mhm.
Because you have enough from your past to carry. You don't need to carry all their crap too.
Gotcha.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Will you hear me one more time? I'm so proud of you for surviving.
Thank you. I feel like an idiot most of the time, but I really appreciate that.
I do too.
perspective.
And I did not do seven federal ceremonies.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the unnerving thing for most people is they think that when they get to be president or they get their first teaching job or they get their first whatever, they get into grad school and they go into class on the first day, that it's going to quote unquote feel a certain way. It never does. It doesn't feel a certain way. That's why I want you to be weary of your feelings. But I want you to look at the data. You survived. I want you to look at the data. I've done a temporary job and I crushed it. They loved me. I loved them and I did excellent work. I want you to look at the data. What if they find out about my past? They did a background check on you and they let you be a substitute teacher. Amazing. I'm gonna crush that too. I'm gonna be so good. I gotta go back to school. Cool. I'm gonna go get my teaching certificate. I'm gonna keep going. Because I'm just gonna challenge these stories and find out what's real and what's true. Thank you so much for the call, Melinda. You're amazing. Keep going. Keep going. And no more San Pedro.